Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our channel Paws On Animation and our Paws On Netflix segment, sort of.
And today we're covering the movie Kraven the Hunter. Yay.
And only we saw it because it was released on Netflix.
That's right.
Now this movie has not been anticipated since its announcement. And it's another addition to Sony's Marvel Universe that focuses on reimagined origins of Spider-Man villains. And this time we got Kraven the Hunter,
yes,
who becomes yet another anti-hero through confusing plot lines, who was a bastard in the original comic.
But before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, click notifications with the future podcast and Hold Pause videos.
Yes, thank you for joining us today, subscribing, sharing our videos, commenting. As always, we appreciate everything you do.
Yes.
Yeah, we should have just had a clip from Ed.
And that's it. Yes, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that explains it.
So, we knew about this for a while because Sony was still trying to make do with these other characters that are not appearing in the official MCU. Now, they did a great job with the first Venom movie. And then after that, the others didn't seem to really go anywhere else besides that. We haven't gotten a Sinister Six movie. All the Venom sequels don't seem to be having the same feedback as the first one. Madam Web was a dumpster fire, and so on and so forth. So they said, hey, let's try Kraven next.
Now, Rascal Family member Playmaker watched it, and he said, you really should give it a try. So we said, if it comes out on Netflix, we will. So Playmaker, this is for you.
Yes.
For those of you not familiar with Kraven the Hunter, it was released in 2024. It's a so-called superhero film.
Superhero, about the villain, anti-hero, gosh.
And it explores Kraven's relationship with his father, and they should also say his brother, and becoming the greatest hunter. It's directed by J.C. Candor from a screenplay by Richard Wink, Art Markham, and Matt Holloway. Too many people involved. And it's the sixth film in Sony's Spider-Man universe. It released at the theaters in December, not a good time, of 2024.
No.
Runtime of 127 minutes, about 27 minutes too long, with a budget between 110 and 130 million dollars.
Oh wow!
It earned a whopping, fantastic, astounding 62 million at the box office.
And the proof is that there are people that decide to go to the theaters to review the movie like us, and they actually took pictures and recordings that a lot of the theaters, from reviewers' perspective, were empty. Yeah. There would be maybe one other person besides the reviewer in the theater. Almost nobody showed up to watch this movie. Now they're beginning to not show up at all.
Yeah. Now what was really weird about this movie is after they announced in 2021 that Taylor Johnson was cast, who was the main lead, Aaron Taylor Johnson. It had been in development since 2017. After his announcement, there was another 2-year delay.
Oh, okay.
Before it was actually finished and released. And yes,
okay,
as we know, it's a box office bomb.
Yeah.
So we're going to tell you what worked first and be full with our disclosure. We don't know a whole lot about Kraven, but we know he was a villain. And he was a bad villain.
Right.
And he was a vicious villain. And he was a cruel villain. So why on earth they decide to try to make him an anti-hero that only defends animals is beyond us.
I don't know either. And there's a lot of stuff. We don't know everything about comics. And there's a slight chance they may have some idea like this in some far back comic. But now, it doesn't seem to work with people.
So, what works? First, we'll agree with you, Playmaker. This was not as bad as Madam Web.
True.
You are correct. We will say that. Number two, I am not familiar with Aaron Taylor Johnson, but I will tell you, he is a good actor.
Yes.
He was put into a piece of crap movie with a piece of crap script, but the man can act. And one way that you really know he can act is that in scenes with Russell Crowe, he's Russell Crowe. We know his performances are spectacular.
Right.
Even when he's in garbage movies like this, he's Russell Crowe. And his accent, Russian accent, and his performance was astounding because it's Russell Crowe.
Right.
But in the scenes with him, he held his own and he did really well. I would say if he can get away from Disney, he probably has a real great future in acting. He needs to get away from Disney. The cinematography was also fantastic.
Yes.
It was beautiful to look at. That part was absolutely great.
Right.
And as I said, Russell Crowe was fantastic.
Yes.
He's Russell Crowe. He and Aaron were the best parts of this movie
Right.
in terms of acting.
And my addition is that this had potential,
Yes.
like the Morbius movie, because we enjoyed that film up until it got to the start of the third act when it just fell apart and you stopped caring and became a nightmare.
Yeah.
Kraven, I will say, had potential to be an interesting movie. Maybe not like Venom, but it was still an interesting idea. Unfortunately, it fell apart
Yeah.
long before the third act.
And those are the best things we can say about this. Now, I think one of the problems is there were too many people involved. Too many screenplay writers, 3. Too many producers, 3. Cinematography, again, beautiful by Ben Davis, fantastic job.
Yes.
2 editors, not bad. 3 people involved in the music. 4 production companies. There were just too many people involved in this movie.
Yeah.
And on top of that, changing him, they probably would have done better just letting him be the villain.
Yeah, pretty much. I think if they just gone all the way with a villain origin move, they want to go that route instead of anti-hero, been like, hey, he plays the villain very well. Put him in the main MCU. I could at least buy that because there would be some alterations they can make and like, hey, we can build on this.
Yeah. It was filmed in London, Iceland, and Glasgow, Scotland.
Yes.
And again, it was beautiful. Now, I've read that some critics criticized the visual effects. We thought they were good.
Except for the Rhino.
That's correct. The Rhino was not good. But the tracking shots when he was chasing after the van to try to save his brother, that was fantastic from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Great job.
Yes. And
Now, the not so good stuff.
yes.
Asha,
She is in here, yes.
Ariana DeBose,
Literally, yes.
Calypso Easy, a voodoo priestess who the character sucked, the acting sucked, it was just it didn't work.
And she's also part of the reason Kraven gets these power. He has powers in here, and yes, they use that to protect the Spider-Man, but I guess they want to go all the way with him becoming half animal, so they decided through voodoo that she revives him from a lion attack. We'll get to that in a second, and he gains beast-like powers, and that's how he gets the hunter abilities. Okay.
Well, to be fair, this was released along with other movies. One movie was The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim.
Yes.
And then
Why did I
another
go to
movie
Prime?
was what was the other movie it was released with?
I don't know. I don't know.
It was bad enough.
It was bad.
There were 2 sucky movies, and then it made $4 million on the first day, and it finished 3rd behind Moana 2 and Wicked, which already had been in the theater.
Right. They already had big hitters against them anyway.
You really didn't have much competition with Lord of the Rings because it bombed and it was terrible, and everyone knew it was going to be terrible.
They just kind of like, okay.
And it was almost like this is going to be the weekend of crap movies.
And then we gotta get to this. One other extra positive up until maybe the last couple minutes of the movie.
Okay.
You actually did like Kraven and his brother's relationship.
Yes.
And they tried to have this thing where Kraven became more, and this is by the movie standard, they were trying to have a statement on manhood and masculinity and how the father's parental decisions affected both of them.
Yeah.
Kraven came out more masculine because of what happened,
Right.
and then the brother became a little less because he was more reliant on other people. He could tell he was softer, he wasn't as strong, and you could tell, yes, there was a difference in that because of what happened on their hunt. It was supposed to be, I guess, a rite of manhood.
And we were so happy because we were like, okay, finally, a great brother relationship. We were excited. It kept getting closer to the end of the movie. And I said, oh, it looks like they're not going to screw it up. And then,
last two
freaking end of the movie.
Last 2 minutes. I don't like you, brother. I thought you were better than me. Okay, sure, whatever. Great. Oh, and he's chameleon too, thanks.
It's the Disney curse. They don't want anyone to get along. And always at the end of the movie, they wait to make them not get along. And we've seen this over, including in Morbius, We've seen it
Yes,
over
they already
and
did
over,
that.
whether it's brothers, sisters, mom
Twins.
and dads, children, whatever the heck it is, they always make them end up enemies at the end, and I really wish they'd stop it.
Yes. And, you know, speaking of Disney, it's funny. There was a point here when they got to the part of the hunting part before the brothers got attacked. It was so bad that I ended up just monologuing like it was SpongeBob the narrator. If you watch a nature documentary gone wrong, and they lead this up like this is some big fiasco. It's like, you know, they're gonna get attacked by this lion, and all I could think was, wow, Mufasa was just really got salty, wasn't he? Like the lion, his greatest rival, the black hedgehog, he was very salty, so then he attacks the man. Do not piss off the lion. That's all I could think while watching this movie. Mufasa was salty because he lost the Shadow the Hedgehog, so he decided to just go attack Kraven. That's the plot of this movie, and then he gains powers. That's the plot.
And remember, this is better than Madam.
Yes.
Keep that in mind. So, there's not much more to say on this movie. Let's go ahead and mention the cast. As we mentioned, Aaron Taylor Johnson as Sergei Kravenov, or Kraven, and again, he's a really good actor, and I look forward to seeing him in other projects that matter. We had Levi Miller as a young Sergei, Ariana DeBose, unfortunately, as Calypso.
Oh, why?
Deanna Babaknova played a young Calypso. Fred Hackinger and Dmitry Kravenov, and Chameleon. And
yeah, plot twist.
they were good when they were playing brothers that got along.
Yeah.
And then when he decided to do the plot twist that they gave him in the script,
at the very
his
end,
acting went crappy when it did the plot twist.
Yeah.
Because he was okay too.
Yeah.
We had Alessandro Nivola as Aleski Skitsevich, or Rhino. Oh yeah, we forgot about that. Very bad. Very bad. Very terrible.
What was going
very
on?
Unbelievable story. Changes to the original story. The special effects were crappy.
Oh my God.
The acting was crappy. The character was crappy.
And there was a villain.
Not a human rhino hybrid. He didn't even give you that impression.
Right. And then it's supposed to have impenetrable skin with some type of serum. I forgot what it was. I don't care. It gave him invincibility, basically rhino skin, and then they found the weakness in like 10 minutes. Found the weakness. Yes, like, oh, hit him in the side, stabbed him, and like, okay, well, I guess he's not invincible.
Christopher Abbott is the Foreigner, then Assassin.
Yes, that's a real villain's name.
Russell
Foreigner.
Crowe is Nikolai Kravenov, and again, he was fantastic. Murat Seven as Omer Aksoy, Yuri Kolokov, hopefully I pronounced it correctly, as Semyon Chornoy, Tom Reed as Bert, Masha Vasyakova as Kraven's mother, and Guillaume Delaunay as Mofo. This movie,
Oh gosh.
the critics didn't like it. It got low ratings everywhere. There's not even any good ones to go. Oh, well, I'm sorry. AB Club's Jesse Hassinger gave it a B-, saying that while all the previous movies in this barely series seems scrambled together in a panic, Chandor's movie seems scrambled together with a great deal of confidence and a bit of style. I don't even know if that's a compliment.
We got to mention one last thing.
Okay.
After Kraven the Hunter failed within the week, as of this time of recording this video, the CEO of Sony got very bitter about the bad reviews and went online on press release to say that regardless of how their movies are, the critics and the audience is just out to get them and just to tear them down no matter what. They don't make bad movies, and the audience doesn't know when they see a good movie. Kraven the Hunter was amazing, and they just have no taste. That is a quote from the CEO that everyone's an idiot because we didn't like your movies.
And with that, if you've seen Kraven the Hunter, let us know in the comments below. Did you love it? And if you did, tell us why. Playmaker. If you hated it, tell us why. Everyone else. And if you haven't seen it, if you can see it for free, go ahead and watch it. We did mention some good parts, and if you got Netflix and you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it. It's free.
Yeah.
And see what you like and don't like. Come back and tell us what you think.
And if you haven't, my subscribe for updates, weekly videos for anime series, anime shows, and all things animation and live action adaptations.
And thank you for joining us for things we love and things we don't like so much and things that are terrible. We appreciate you sharing our videos, commenting. It helps us out so much. And thank you for joining us on our journey to over 2,000 subscribers this year. As always,
You are special. Thanks so much for watching, Master
And
Entertainment.
I'm Mama Routine.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace.